Snapper. If you've not heard of it, you should. Guys, we are a landlocked country, yes, we understand, but we've got Mozambique just down the road. We've also got Namibia as well. So I've got a plug who brings me some salmon, some snapper, a lot of these different kind of sea fish. So today, in typical Lozi fashion, I'm going to cook some more fish, but with a bit of a twist. So as you can see, I have filleted my red snapper, and the reason why it's called a red snapper, look at those like red kind of striations on the skin itself. So it's a sea fish, it's a white meat, so yeah, so that's the snapper. First thing I'm going to do with the snapper is obviously put it on my board, and then I'm going to gorge. If we don't know what gorging is, it's just basically cutting a few slits just into the skin, not all the way through, all right? And this basically allows a bit more flavor and seasoning into that fish itself. So you see what I've done there, check that out. So that's gorging the piece of fillet. So I'll do the same to the other ones. And then today, what I'm going to accompany my fillet of snapper is 1,000 layer. Can you imagine? They call it 1,000 layer potatoes. So if you didn't see that already, guys, just basically gorge your fillets like that. I'll do the same to the other ones. So I think I've only got another like 2 snapper in the fridge, so I'm gonna take my time with those, because you know it's only for special occasions, so you guys are actually quite special today as well. Last one, and then what I'll do is change my board and then come back and I'll show you what I mean by 1,000 layer potato. All right. So okay, so new board, all right, for my potatoes. So what I did yesterday, guys, and I will share a video or even share the recipe, is I made some of my potatoes, okay? So they call this 1,000 layer potatoes. Reason why is because you cut your potato thinly with a mandolin, and then what I did is just basically season it with a bit of pepper, some southern grill spicing from our friends at Hinds, and a little bit of parsley as well. So you mandolin those potatoes very thinly, and then you stack them up. You bake it at about 230 degrees in the oven, and then basically now take it out of the fridge, let it cool, and then what you do is overnight you put a little bit of a counterweight, all right? So the other night I used a couple of these like mugs and whatnot, put that on top of that, all right? And then I flip this over, and voila, we've got those beautiful potatoes which have been compressed, very, very thinly sliced, as I said before. The beautiful multi-layers. It doesn't even look like it's much, all right? So we're gonna slice all of those potatoes up, throw them into some oil, all right? So it's like you're deep frying slightly, but not for too long, because remember, you've cooked the potatoes in the oven already. So I'm gonna slice those up, okay? And then what's gonna happen is it's gonna give that beautiful crispy kind of taste. And then I'm gonna make a quick sauce for my fish, pan fry the fish, and then we will be back, all right? So here we go. I'm gonna go into the fryer with my potatoes into that deep fry. Only a couple of minutes, guys. Remember, as I said before, we've cooked those potatoes already. So the only thing that we're trying to get over here is that beautiful crispy, crispy, crispy kind of taste. All right? So literally 5 minutes in there, and then we're gonna pull them out, let them sit on the side a bit, and then we're gonna make our sauce and pan fry our fish. Okay? So what you're trying to achieve is that beautiful kind of golden brown on the outside. Look at that, guys, we're nearly done. A few more seconds. And voila, sorted. Turn your heat off. Grab your slotted spoon. Look at that, guys, absolutely amazing. Okay, perfect, guys. That crispiness is what we wanted, okay? Put those potatoes on there. So now, taste for crispiness. Come in. So, okay, so why they call it that 1,000 layer is because when I pull that, you can see all of those layers. Beautiful, so they've all been stacked up. You know what, I'm going to taste just a little bit, just to make sure that it's okay. Amazing. If that's not what you call crispy, then I don't know what you're talking about. On to the next, right? So I've heated my pan a little bit, guys, and then just normal vegetable oil, not too much, probably about what, 2 tablespoons worth. Okay. And then just make sure you swirl it around so that the pan is evenly oiled up. All right, then we're going to go skin down, guys, very important, because this becomes the presentation side. So you want it skin down. So you can see oil is getting nice and hot. Just before you know it's right, it starts to smoke a little bit, okay? So we're gonna wait for that little smokiness to come up. All right, meanwhile, throw some potatoes in there like we did before, because obviously we're plating for about 2-3 people at a time, all right? Okay, so perfect. And what we want to do, guys, is keep pressure on that fish, okay? Because what tends to happen with a lot of fish is that the skin bends and buckles, all right? So you want it nice and straight. So there we go. So once that is pressed down, grab your little spatula, the ones you obviously make your eggs with. Just press it down. You see, we can do 2 things at once. Those potatoes are coming up nice and beautifully. Just press it down, guys. So guys, the way you're gonna know that the fish fillet is nearly ready after you're pan-searing it is that on the edges over there, it starts to turn white. So you know that you're nearly there. Give it a couple more minutes. Meanwhile, I'll take this off the heat. I think those guys are done. Switch that off. Okay. And then we flip. So you see, guys, that's what you're trying to achieve. Nice crispy skin, and you know that it's cooked through. All right. So what's going to happen is that I'm going to sear it again for about 5 minutes on the other side, take it off the heat, make my sauce, and then incorporate those fish fillets back into the sauce, and then I will serve it. All right, so what we're going to do now is take those fish fillets off, because I think now we are nearly good to go. You can make that sauce. And the reason why I started with the fillet first, guys, is that it releases a few of those juices which you also want to incorporate into the sauce. So do not throw away that oil. That is gold. Do not throw it away. Just grab a plate quickly. Ooh, there we go. That's okay. Try not to break the fillet like I did, guys. But then again, mistakes happen in the kitchen. And then we're gonna go straight into the sauce, all right? Into the sauce, very nice and easy, guys. We go in onions, nice and easy. Give that a bit of a shake. And smell that goodness. Ooh. Okay, so and then a little bit with our chili there, which is obviously the star of the show from our friends at Hinds. So what went into that was basically all of your fish bones and a little bit of the flesh, which you obviously couldn't fillet off the fish. So just cooked it in a bit of some bay leaf, a bit of peppercorn as well, and then just let that all reduce, and you've got that beautiful, beautiful fish stock. So nothing actually goes to waste when you're making this meal, all right? So that's going in well. And then what I like to do now is go in with a little bit of cream. Clean up my cream. So as people say, it's quite a rich kind of sauce, as they say. So I'll mix that in. Okay, so what you want to do, guys, is basically bring this up to a bit of a simmer, reduce it slightly, and then we are going to now incorporate back in that fish fillet, as I said before, and then we're nearly done. So I'll let that come to a slight simmer. It will start thickening because of all those kind of qualities from the cream itself. So that'll become nice and thick. And then before, obviously, you take it off, you will season it with a bit of salt and pepper. As we always say, salt and pepper is very important in the kitchen, because if you do not have seasoning, yeah, then you're doing something wrong. salt. Nice. And then what I like to do as a last minute kind of thing is a bit of dill, because we know that dill and fish are a match made. Alright, just finally cut them in. Nice and easy like so. There's plenty. That's thickening up nicely. I'll let that thicken a little bit more. Meanwhile, I will do a little bit of a tidy up, then we will be back to plate. Okay, cool. So my sauce is nice and thick. You can see it's thickened up. And then remember I said quickly with the fish, because remember we only seared it for a couple of minutes. So I'll let that sit in the sauce. It's a few more seconds so that residual heat can cook it through. While that's getting sorted out, I'll grab my sauce. Nice and ready. So I'm gonna turn that off. Okay. Then to the potatoes. Okay, so I've got my potatoes over there. So I'm gonna put the sauce down. Dali, you wanna come taste?
Hey.
You're alright.
So what is this that you were cooking?
So we're doing that red snapper today. So today we're doing gourmet vibes. So this is also the other star of the show, but this one we'll do later on. So what we call our 1,000 layered
That looks really nice.
potato. In fact, you just take a taste.
So the other day I cooked potatoes. I didn't get like oh, it tastes nice. He actually copied my potato recipe and has just like tweaked it. Oh,
Yeah.
it's so nice, Mom.
Yes, my baby.
Tell your boy, comment. Do you want to taste? It's so good.
So a little bit more of that sauce on the side. That down. Star of the show. That chili around on the plate.
That looks so good.
Thank you, thank you.
You see, this is like the Michelin star chef in this house.
A little bit of dill.
Oh.
Et voila.
Say cheese, take a picture of that. What?
So if you would like, I mean, you got a couple of those, you can cut some lemon wedges, you know, last minute kind of thing. But that is...
Do you have some lemon to like drizzle over, or did you already put lemon
No,
on?
I haven't put some, but we can grab a lemon, cut some and just do it for you.
Oh wow, yeah, I need that lemon. This looks so amazing. It looks like something out in a restaurant, baby. This is really nice.
We try and impress here at the Wood Kitchen.
This is proper date night food, but I don't get such food cooked for me often.
You're eating it today, aren't you?
Don't be fooled. This is really nice. Very well done, Papa.
Thanks, hold on.
Yeah.
Okay, bit of lemon.
Oh, yes, please.
Drizzle slightly.
All right, so I need to go in. Oops.
So you get that crunch of that potato,
The potato,
that
the
sauce.
sauce in there. You know what I was told today? I was told that I don't eat enough, that I starve myself. The
Really?
calorie count of what I eat is just not good.
So you've started calorie counting? Yeah? How does that taste? Let me try. Feed your husband. Hello.
Okay, let me feed my husband. Just wait. I got you, baby. Don't worry.
Eat this.
Okay.
Hey guys, we'll see you next week.
Thank you for joining us with love from the Wood Kitchen. Let's continue fighting over this food now.
Go on.
Baby.
Much
Have
nice.
some. It's so nice.